Good. Good evening, everyone. I hope you're doing well. Today's Friday, and we've had some rain for the past 2 days. Some really good rain. So, and now we have around 20 degrees Celsius. So I'm coming outside to work in the garden, but I don't really know what I'm gonna do. One of the downsides of the past few weeks that I didn't come in the garden regularly is that I kind of lost the flow of what I had to do and wanted to do. So I know I do have a lot of work here, but I don't know what to tackle first. Fortunately for me, I have a list of things, because when I can't sleep at night, I write them in a note and Samsung notes. So let's see what I have. Some mushrooms to plant, air quotes. I compost. Oh yeah, I did that. I did come here yesterday morning in all this area where the chickens were to put some how do you call, like you spread some seeds to compost there. I have to change my chicken's nest. Oh, one chicken is out and my dog is right there. And I need to collect and put some grass clippings. I think that's what I'm gonna do. I have an awesome book that audiobook I'm listening to, but I'm going to get that chicken before my dog does. I was saying, I have this audiobook I'm listening to right now. Actually, a lot of the books I'm reading and listening to recently, I found I'm listening to Old Fashioned on Purpose podcast, and she's receiving in her podcast a lot of the authors of the books she read and she loved. So I'm listening and reading a lot of them. And right now it's Grow Wild. I'm listening to them on Audible, and I love that. Sometimes I'm just looking for excuses to go in my car and listen to audiobooks. It's Grow Wild. Can we see it? It's Grow Wild by Katie Bauman, and it's just, if you love everything that surrounds like kids and kids' health, and it's really interesting. I have an hour left on it, and I'm kind of trying to not be too deceived, because it's really and sometimes the audiobooks the subject is interesting, but the narrator is just so boring. But she's so good. She's the author, and she's it's like she's explaining to you more than reading, more than she reads. So I'm looking at everything that needs to be done, and there's so much. I don't know if that's what I'm gonna do, collect the grass clippings, because look at here, I have so much weeds. Maybe my priority should be maybe I do have some gas in my weed eater. Maybe that's what I should do. Okay, so she's really good. That's what I'm trying to say. So I'm going to put you guys down, listen to that book, going to get my gloves, and try to see what's. I'm thinking what I'm prioritizing, but maybe just what I feel like doing. I don't want this to be like too much of a chore. It's been so long since I didn't go in the garden that maybe I just need to do something that I'm gonna enjoy.
Time per day for movement, and we try to move kids by picking activities It also moves the heart and lungs when done repeatedly in quick succession. Agility, which is how quickly they can change the direction they're moving in. Balance, coordination.
Something is eating my parsnips. I have no idea what it is.
And the corresponding health and well-being, carrying and being carried, climbing, throwing.
Level of difficulty, which no encouragement from us will produce. There's also...
You can then swap stationary activities for ones that offer more movement and outdoor, gradually exposing them to the elements. This means putting them outside in a protected area that gives them a low dose of outdoors to stimulate their outdoor anatomy. Kids get over their inertia, and once they have the anatomy that allows them more movements, their natural desire to play physically will bend to explore. Kids' bodies need other movements too. My kids have bikes, scooters, and rollerblades, and they love them. We even started this. How are babies responding to spending so much time in repetitious, sedentary...
So I don't know what ate these radishes, but none of them was good to eat. All of them were really eaten through. At least it was radishes, daikon radishes. I am not a huge fan of them, so I did plant a few of them like that to try new recipes, but I guess that's gonna wait for another time. So I'm gonna finish this evening with this. Thanks to Jess from Roots and Refuge and all the weeds that grew. I discovered I had chamomile and I like chamomile tea, so I'm going to harvest a little bit of them and have some homemade tea. No. So there we go. It's a nice first little harvest with garlic. I said parsnip earlier, I meant daikon radishes and chamomile. So I'm going to go and try to find what's eating my radishes. Thankfully it's only radishes. It's not like I'm having a huge loss and that I couldn't wait to eat my daikon radishes. But I'm still curious to know what ate them. I'm thinking that I'm going to try and plant at least put a few flowers of these, by a few I mean a lot of flowers, chamomile flowers in my spiral to have this grow in there, because now it's really like nowhere I actually want some flowers. But I do really want this chamomile. I'm really happy since one decision that I wanted to, that I like consciously took was to actually forage more, learn about forage. I didn't know where to start, and it turns out that it just happened by being a little bit on social media with I'm happy because chamomile, I mixed up daffodils and daisies. Is that it? You know, I did talk about it. So don't laugh at me for forgetting all the time. I know it starts with a D, I think. These to make like homemade honey. And what else did I harvest? I did harvest something else. Yeah, my capers, my capers was a forage too, so I'm really happy about that. It's 3 things that I didn't do before. It's 3 things I foraged and that were successful so far, so I'm really glad about this, one tiny bit at a time. So I'm gonna end this here. Thanks for hanging out with me and see you next time. Bye.